Good evening, Sinbin Hockey League. This is your boy, ThaLastDance, on week 3 of this beautiful podcast. So, what a week 2. We had trades. We had some teams going up and down in the power rankings, and we'll get to that obviously. And we have another, big week of hockey coming up. But we have some trades to talk about. We got some big names moved, some maybe number 1 picks, and some shit talked guys. And then we also have some new guys that have been drafted into the league for this recent Friday free agency draft. So we will get to all of that today on this week 2 wrap up. So I want to start off immediately by going in to the standings and seeing where all of our teams are at in the Gretzky League or in the Gretzky division. Leading New Jersey, followed up by Seattle and Boston. Nothing has really changed there. New York, Vegas, and Dallas. Nothing changed other than wins, total losses, and that kind of thing. New Jersey's taking it by storm, 16-1 with 16-1 with an OTL overtime loss. But hey, it happens. You know what I'm saying? Seattle drops a couple games this last week. Not looking too good for them. Boston's biting at them tail right now, and so is New York. Really, I think it's anybody's second, third, or fourth, like second or third spot to make the playoffs. Absolutely, anybody can take it. In the other side, in the Howe division, Nashville and Calgary tied for points, both 13-5, followed up by Toronto, who's 8-10. So after the top 2 teams, it's kind of a drop off, and you got a couple of losing squads. But Pittsburgh got a couple wins this week. So did Dallas. Dallas grabbed a couple wins as well, but Dallas has made some moves to better their team or worsen, who knows. As everybody can tell, I have retired, so I no longer am a part of Dallas or any team, and I won't be a part of any team for the rest of this season until probably 26 comes out. So I'll probably be in that draft, but we shall see. I'm not entirely sure. Leading the league in points, Ledvinka, 46 total points. Nashville, followed up by 2 Seattle players, Jordy, Moran. Moran was the top of last week. We knew this. We talked about him a lot. Some of those top guys have bad weeks, fall off, can't play, no availability, and that's just kind of what it looks like was what happened. Following up Moran, you have Donnie Lau for the New Jersey Devils, and then Teskey for Calgary. We know Teskey. We know his skills. We know he can do what he can do. Donnie's lucky he has good teammates. Moving on, leader in goals is leading in goals is Jordy. Jordy will be leading in goals with 21 total. Next is Brandon for Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh has an upside. How has nobody tried to trade for this guy? Hold on. Yeah. Brandon, 20 total goals. And yet, he'll just remain on a 3-15 team when he could be moved for multiple assets. Hint, hint, Pittsburgh. Follow that up with Teskey, ABC, and Doweezy. I almost said Doweezy for New Jersey. There's some good upsides, honestly, ABC. Total leader in assists is Ledvinka, followed by Moran, Donnie Lau, Glenski, and Twilight. Maybe Donnie Lau is actually the upside of his team. Is he a carry? Is he like a 6th-round pick carry? Donnie Lau. Welcome to the pod, maybe. Who knows? But yeah, Glenski up there for Seattle, Moran with Seattle, and then Twilight for Boston. We know Twilight. Twilight's good. Leader in plus minus would be Dubois from Calgary. That doesn't really matter. Currently, your goals against average leader, Razor. Solid 2. Super big kid for the Devils with 2.29. We know he faces maybe 3 shots a week, so shitter. Sprint car for Calgary, King Wool for Nashville, and R. Breezy for Vegas. Continue that list. Your leader in save percentage, Razor for Calgary with 85 percentage, followed by Super Big Kid with 84%, Breezy with an 81, Envy with an 81, and then Coronado for Pittsburgh. And he's probably played like 2 games, 79 for Coronado, unless he's playing that well and they're just losing, or those are the 2 games they've won. But we have had some big L's recently, like some big losses, like 9-2. Like a lot of these games are getting out of hand. Teams aren't really playing well, and it seems like they're just kind of giving up. Shout out to Buizo, Razor, Super Big Kid, and Breezy, though, for all having a shout out. not easy in this league, and I will always show the love to the goalies. Currently, by my choice, the leader in the Vesna competition. Me personally, I value wins a lot. But considering he's leading in save percentage and goals against average, Razor is looking pretty damn good as my pick, and he's been playing a lot too. So, and he's listed as a left end. How many games does he play goalie for them? He's only been playing goalie. He's been playing really well. He's averaging about probably 12 shots a game, so nothing insane. Took one L to New Jersey. That's a fine L. That's a perfect L. And then the shutout was against Vegas, that's actually shocking to me. Vegas not finishing that one up, but let's go down and let's keep her going. We do have a lot to talk about. Let's get to some of the big name trades that happened this last week, and maybe voice our opinion on some guys that will also be moved as well. See if I can't find it here. Roster moves, and looks like we just had a trade recently. Nope, Potato Noki sent to the quit list. Poor Nyokes. Rask was picked up by Vancouver this last. DeBrock Blaze and Silent Cobra, both those goalies were picked up by the Knights. Biz what? And looks like TCT Ace Ciliano goes to Toronto. Seattle just gets a couple guys, maybe fill their rotation, maybe not. Oh, New Jersey picks up Classy. Welcome back to Classy. I didn't think he was back, but he is. Pittsburgh grabbed one person. Good job. Pitter Life, I not go to Dallas. Tough Cuts, K-On Roller, go to Edmonton. It's not a bad one there. Free agency release of ASB, whatever. We don't care about those. Big trades that happen. Demon traded to Vancouver for JJ Masters and Etone. That's a big name trade. We're going to see a lot come out of that this next week. Hopefully good for both sides. Obviously, you really hope that, well, Nashville's already in the lead there, right? You kind of hope that puts it over for Nashville. Nashville just takes off from there and just it completely takes away the how side of the bracket there. And then JJ Masters, Etone, we know they're good players. They're great players. I know JJ can be great. JJ can be great. But it's really going to depend on how Vancouver uses them and what their availability is for Vancouver. That's going to help them because you need to get them. You need to get a lot of these guys on the same page and the same line. So hopefully, JJ and Etone both can rock their shit over in Nashville, and Demon can cook for Vancouver. Another big trade that happened: Boston traded Semi Wilson, a first round pick and a second round pick for this last free agency draft to the Dallas Stars for Sway. So the number one overall pick in this last draft, after getting shit talked last week on the podcast by It's Dom, he's finally been traded. He goes to Boston. Hopefully, Boston treats him well. He's able to pick up a couple of dubs over there, get his points back up, and really look like that number one overall pick that we were expecting him to be, right? That Dallas was hoping he would be. But it's good for him to get out of Dallas. It's good for Dallas to move on from him and then pick up the guys they need, and then draft the guys that they can for the rest of the season, hopefully to at least sit on something. You know what I mean? Moving on from there, Dallas also ended up picking up I'm going to butcher this so bad, my brother. I apologize. But Ojibwe. Yep. Or Master Uguay. Yep. Master Uguay will be sent to Dallas for a first round pick there. And they basically just got it back for Boston. So they ended up just kind of swapping, getting players, and shit, there you go. A couple guys sent to the quit list. We have some guys going to free agency. There was one more big one. I remember it. There was a huge one. No, I'm just psycho. That was it. I think there is more talked about that we haven't seen yet, but they will go into effect by the end of this week, and hopefully everything goes well there. Moving on a little bit more, what I want to see, I haven't. No, I don't care about that shit. All right, moving on a little bit more because I really, really do want to just roll this thing out right now. The power rankings are back out. And actually, there was a lot of up and downs in these power rankings. There was only 4 teams that sat in their same spot this past week. Everybody else has gone up or gone down. I'm not even going to slow roll it. I'm actually going to await Hatfield to post it. And if Hatfield doesn't post it, then somebody else will post it. But that's when you guys are going to see it. I don't want to spoil it. I really don't. Because it is an insane. It is insane how some teams have fallen or gained traction and doing really well for themselves. And I'm hoping that we see this kind of growth. I want to see Toronto grow. I really do. I thought Toronto was going to be a lot more when the draft happened and I watched their draft. They took a lot of wingers. They took a lot of scoring, not a lot of defense. I'm hoping that with the recent like acquisitions and stuff that Toronto just got, that they're going to just absolutely tear shit up. They're a team that I'm high on right now. Another team I've been high on, Calgary. I've been high on Teskey and Calgary in total. I think Calgary has a chance to, if they go on a run and they could take down New Jersey a couple times and they can win out an entire week. I really do think Calgary can take over New Jersey and become the number one team in this league. I think New Jersey is the epitome of like they're the level, right? They are the team to beat, right now. I think Calgary is also one of those teams, and then Nashville. Nashville's been beauty. Seattle kind of fell off a little bit. They had a rough uh, they had a rough 2-game suspension for the boy over there in Seattle, Jay Ross. Hey, the league has spoken, my good son. You indeed ragged, pussy. But it could have been worse, right? There's a couple games, nothing too serious, nothing too crazy. We're gonna keep her fucking moving, right? Teams at the bottom, bottom half, right? Let's just talk about it. Vancouver. We might be seeing something coming out of Vancouver. Just saying. Vancouver might be. They inched their way up a little bit. They inched it away. And if everybody remembers week one, Edmonton. I'll let you guys see the power rankings when they come out. But Edmonton's got some fucking work to do to get back to what all that shit talking that happened in the first podcast ever for this season. Um, but I want to talk a little bit about NHL 26. What we're kind of looking at, and what this next season's going to look like. So I just want to talk. I will talk a little bit about NHL 26, my expectations, and for the league, and a couple things like that. But the NHL 25 was great for the league. I was here for the last 2 seasons. This is season 3 for me, and I'm not even fucking playing in it. But for the guys like Tom, Allie, Grandpa, and Queen, right? Hatfield, Savnikov, these guys work really, really hard. Um, Dirty, getting this kind of stuff out to you guys, and we work really hard. That's why I want to say that we actually did get a donation for the league, and we will be getting an API. I don't know if that's going to come into effect as soon as possible, or if that's going to come into effect especially during 26. But I think that's the goal, is to have it come out during 26. I am not going to post anything that's going to be like send money, send money. You guys can ask specifically for that if you guys wanted to. I almost just fell. Specifically ask that in the chat, and then the owner or like the management can give you that cash app or whatever. But like other than that, guys, NHL 26 right around the corner. We're right there. We're looking at what? End of August, beginning of September, probably end of August. We finally learned who's on the cover. Matthew Tkachuk, right? I know that's a hate for some people. Some people absolutely love it. Or they don't love it. Sorry, I had to move that. But I thought it was interesting. I didn't really have like a preference on who was on the cover. Obviously, I think we all hoped for Johnny Hockey. Rest in peace to him, and rest in peace to his brother. But yeah, we didn't get that. But it does look interesting. The multi-perk kind of thing that's going on with it. I don't know how I feel. I think it's going to be a good time. I think it's going to be the exact same thing that's happening this year, with the small build, small, fast, can shoot, but we're taking out close quarters. 1T is still going to be there. I'm sure that's going to be overpowered at the beginning of the game. So let's all just chill out with 1T, please, as a goaltender. I'm sure the other goalies agree. Fuck 1T. No. I am excited for NHL 26 because it is different. And honestly, like I've played a couple of the other EA games. Madden was fun. Madden 26 is actually pretty good. I can't say it's perfect yet because I've only played it a couple hours, but Madden 26 was good. I'm hoping EA follows the same suit. We get a better hockey game, especially considering the fact that like this NHL 26, I think is really their make or break year before 2K is just like or any other sporting company. Um, Another thing on my list about 26, I'm hoping that they can. Oh, I am hoping that the creativity and the customization is better this next year, and we can kind of get like I would love to be able to pick a team, and you actually get to have their you know the all the jerseys that you can get, right? Like wouldn't you love to be able to scroll through your team in the league and be able to pick jerseys or more jersey customization, more jersey options for customization, and especially if you're going to like use teams specifically, you can get older jerseys. That would be fun. um, but I haven't seen a whole lot, and I haven't been able to play it. I have not played the early access. A couple guys have. They said it's kind of the same thing. So I'm hoping this next season will be really, really fun and a little more balanced. But I'm really excited to bring the Sinbin Hockey League to 26 and be able to continue our league there. But moving on, because God, there's just a lot that happened. Um, oh goodness gracious, what do we have here? Moving into more into the statistics because I do want to talk a little bit more about stats. Kind of our big upsets this week. Let's go through it. I actually want to. So Thursday, Seattle squeaks out a tough one apparently a tough one against Pittsburgh. Yeah, Pittsburgh's 3-15, a 9-7 win, so they don't hit the 6 goal threshold. So I think we need to start counting those actually, like physically, as losses. Like it doesn't count as wins for Pittsburgh, but anything Seattle wins by less than 6, I think should actually count as losses for them. Maybe OT losses, then get a half point, pity points. No, I'm just pulling y'all shit. Um, but no, Seattle squeaks out a win, 9-7 against Pittsburgh, just a high scoring affair. Just haven't, just an absolute unit there. Seattle on the ice that game. It won't show me exactly. Holy shit, they have a lot of goalies. Oh, why? 1, 2, 3. They have 5 goalies on the fucking roster. That's crazy. No, but I can't really see much there unless it's. No, I can't. But that's all right. um, Vancouver takes down Dallas 7-3. Calgary takes that win 4-0 against Vegas, and your boy, what is it? Is that Sprint Car gets his first one? No, Razor gets his first shutout of the season. Boy, Razor. Moving through, Nashville takes care of New York pretty single-handedly, 8-3. New Jersey takes down Toronto 7-1 in a one-sided affair. Boston and Edmonton squared off on Thursday as well. Boston takes down Edmonton 7-4, so not as easy, but you score 7 goals, you should win a hockey game. Vancouver and Toronto. This was probably one of those games of the week that nobody was expecting, but a 3-2 win for Vancouver. Just an unexpected gameplay from them. They played really well and took it to Toronto. Edmonton takes down Pittsburgh 7-1. So the same team that took to Seattle and scored 7 lost to maybe a different line, but lost 7-1 against Edmonton, who's the second worst team in the league. Seattle takes down Dallas pretty single-handedly 6-2, and Vegas will take down the Rangers 5-2, 9-2. Fuck, Calgary just absolutely decimates the Boston Bruins 9-2. And that's a one-sided affair. No fucking less. And then one of the games. This would have probably been the game of the day. Oh my god, who brought him here? Final and the first overtime, Nashville takes down New Jersey to give them their first OTL of the year of this season, I should say. a 6-5 victory, and that would have probably been game of the week. I think it will always be Nashville against Calgary, Nashville against New Jersey, Nashville, like any teams, New Jersey, Nashville, Calgary, um, Seattle, all of those teams, and maybe onesies and twosies here, those will always be your like games of the week. So always stay tuned for those. See if you can't get in there. And I recommend those teams start putting your streams into the league chat as well, so we can actually watch those games because those games are competitive and are very, very gorgeous. And that is for everybody. Post please start posting your streams into the Sinbin Discord because we actually do want to tune in. I always like to tune in every here and now and watch perspective of some games so I can get a little bit of some glimpses because I actually like to talk about what happens during the games. And I can't see that. And if you do have voting abilities, just shoot me a text. Let me know that you voted your games, and I'll go on your shit and watch. Moving on though, where were we at? That was August. That was the 7th. Moving on to Wednesday, Calgary. Calgary, Nashville, New Jersey all take down their opponents in those third games, or the second games. I'm sorry. Boston, Toronto, and Seattle take down theirs. And there's another one. Seattle only wins 5-2. Shitters. Jeez. I'm just playing around. I have no bias. It's just he talked a lot of shit last week. It was really fun. Yeah, it just seems really like Nashville, New Jersey, Dallas. Wednesday, the game 1 at 8 p.m. Dallas takes down Edmonton 9-4. Jesus. Oh my. Poor Edmonton. They're just becoming a punching bag in this league. And oh my God. Calgary, 11-4 over Seattle. That is Edmonton, you have a pass. 11-4, Seattle. 11-4. You guys have some fucking work to do. You guys have some work to do. From being literally like one game out, like 2 points out from New Jersey, you guys have fallen off. Seattle needs a little bit of a head start. God damn, Nashville takes down Dallas 11-1 on Tuesday, and that one hurts my soul. New Jersey took down Seattle on Tuesday as well, the first game of the night for both of those teams, 6-2. God, that sucks because those are the games we want to tune into. God, those are the games that we would commentate. I would commentate over the entire game, absolutely. So yeah, I'm gonna let you guys take a look at the stuff there, but we do have, and obviously it's by record. So if you really just, it's not by record, it's by strength of team as well, and a bunch of other factors. But for the most part, those top like 5 teams, 6 teams, power rankings wise, are usually record based or how they're actually doing. So New Jersey stays at 1, right? New Jersey's going to be at 1. They're playing really well. They have 1 real loss. They have a total of 33 points. For Seattle to catch and pass them, they'd have to Donnie Lau would have to slow down everyone. God. Shitter. No, but moving on here, I got a couple players to watch out for that I want to talk about because I really do think I think we do have some sneaky players in this league that haven't really shown out. And it's not even their fault. They just haven't shown up or shown out. So Lindholm coming in for Pittsburgh, I think he's a guy that you could really worry about. He's nasty. He can be when he really feels it. Other guys, Sway's on a brand new team now. The number 1 overall pick from this year's draft. Number 1 overall, not first round, not anything. Number 1. The worst number 1 overall pick. He's in a new location. Right now, he's somewhere different. Now he can pick it up. He can do his thing. Maybe he has a little bit of a better team. I'm excited to see what Sway's going to get himself into and go crazy on. And well, what else do we have here? Really, I have a couple names. Ledvinka, just the fact that Ledvinka has taken over that first, if he continues to play as well as he's playing, he should be able to stay in the points lead. If Jordy and Moran catch him, I'm not surprised. No, I don't think Donnie Lau will keep up this pace. I think Donnie Lau will dip, and I think Teskey will dip a little bit as well with his players coming back and him having more. Goals-wise, Brandon is a questionable one for me. Same as ABC. Honestly, I wish I knew his actual fucking name. That's weird fucking Discord or whatever it is. But like Brandon, ABC, and Dweezy, those are just not normal names you see on a daily basis. They're just not. I really do think Dweezy, if he continues and plays well, he can go above most of these guys. But I think Teskey will continue to score. I think he'll stay in that top five. But Brandon and ABC, those ones are tough for me. It's not because of them as players. It's because availability wise, and then guys like Sway or Ledvinka or Jordy. Like Jordy's only up by one. If Brandon continues to have great availability and he's able to play and he's able to get his games in and take these teams down and score these goals, hey, he might be your guy at the end of the year, right? He might be one of your top, 20 guys out of. He might be your top one of your top five guys in Chell 26 first year draft there or first season draft. But I'm not entirely sure. Donnie Lau's a weird one. Donnie is definitely assisting Dweezy a lot because I've never seen Dweezy's name pop up in this thing ever, and he's up there. Um, Same thing with like there's a couple guys I'm not seeing. Like there's a couple guys that are brand new. Sprint Car doing his thing. Love to see it. King Wool always does his thing. Just King Wool is one of those guys that's very efficient. He's quiet. He's efficient. 2.9 goals against average. But that's kind of it, really. I mean, he kind of falls off a little bit. He is the leader in wins, though. But that also does help when you're on Nashville and you have a really good roster ahead of you. Um, but yeah, I just wanted to let you guys know, like, we really appreciate all the support here in the league, and we're excited for NHL 26. We have big things planned, a lot more going. This will continue to happen. The podcast, the Hot and Cold podcast. I appreciate you guys showing up. And then also, hopefully in NHL 26, we will start streaming and actually commentating games and having a bigger Discord, SBHL Discord, so we can maybe even do these podcasts live. I really want to do that. That would be really, really fun. Obviously, it's going to take a little bit of time to get together, but hey, live podcasts would be sweet. I would obviously do them at times that would make sense. It'd be probably, right, we play Sunday to Thursday. I'd probably do it like Saturday nights at 9. If you guys wanted those streams or like those actually up now, and this could even be one where I could talk to you guys and actually communicate. So it would be one of those things where we could talk about stats, or I could even look through people's stuff. And just like general thoughts on the team, but same thing. I know everybody's going to think we're missing somebody here. No, Boston's owner OG Chiefs will be with me probably, definitely sometime this week, probably before games. Possibly. Life has gotten a little crazy, but possibly this week. OG Chiefs, the owner of Boston, will be on the pod. It'll be a special episode. I'm not even going to say when it's releasing, but it will release sometime this week. I promise you. Other than that, have a great Sunday. Play your games. Get your stuff going, gentlemen, because we have week 3 to begin now. I will see you guys all next week on the pod.